Hey hopefuls, it's me, Lady Hope here, and I am coming to you to do a video on proper ways to communicate with your doctor. I've been asked a lot, you say a lot about how you need to ask them the hard questions and how do I do that? Like, how do I communicate? What are some of the things that I should be asking? And so, since a couple of weeks ago, if you've been following, you know that I was in the hospital again and that I found out some very interesting uh, facts, nonetheless, about my case or my condition, things that I did not know, I was not aware of. And it really wasn't because I didn't ask the questions, but it was more so because the information just was not given to me. So, um, that kind of really bothered me because I realized that they had the ability to affect what was going on with me and could have possibly changed change things. So I've really been thinking a lot about that and really want to put that message out because it's important that we realize that it's our health, our health is our responsibility. Doctors are great. They do their job, what they're paid to do, what they pay them to do. But ultimately, it's our life, our bodies, our responsibility. So I really wanted to do this video so that I can make you all aware, or maybe you can pass it on to someone else to become aware that there are certain things that you should do when you're going into a doctor's office, regardless of what your condition is. And one of the biggest things is to ask questions, regardless if they try to intimidate you, whatever the case may be. They may sound so convincing about this, and this, but you just can't always go off of what they're saying to you. You have to ask the questions if there's something you're not sure about. You also have to trust yourself. You know your body better than any other person because it's your body. So you should be the one to set the tone for, okay, this is how it goes. Yes, I'm going to listen to you. Yes, I'm going to take everything into consideration that you just said, but I ultimately have to be the one to make this decision. So, as far as my progress, I am coming along well. I am still in some pain. It's manageable. I can manage the pain. So I'm spending a lot of time off of my feet unless ultimately necessary for me to do so. Of course, I'm a busybody. I got stuff to do. So I have been moving around in different things, but I have learned to listen to my body. And when it's time to lay it down, I lay it down. So anyway, I've jotted down a few things. So if you see me looking out to the side, I have my little notebook here with some things that I jotted down that I think would be helpful. Some tips for when you're communicating with your doctor. So my number one thing that I would recommend is to always take someone with you, especially during the first 3 to 5 visits. This is because they are throwing so much information at you that you're not going to remember everything. Now, this may not apply to all conditions, but this is what I learned as a cancer patient. You really need someone there that's with you. You need someone that's anal. You need that person that's going to write things down for you because they're your eyes and your ears. They may hear things or remember things that you don't remember. So you always want to make sure that you take someone with you for those first few visits because that's when all the decision making is going on, the diagnosis has been given, and they're asking you to make decisions. And if you don't have all the information, there's not a possible way that you can make a proper decision. I mean, it's just not possible because there's bound to be something that you're going to forget. Two, slow down and do not let your medical team rush you. Yes, they're going to make everything seem like it is a right now situation. This is my deal on that. Maybe, but if I'm not gonna die tomorrow, I have time to think about it. If I'm not gonna die within the next 5 seconds, I have time to think about it. My example is this last time I was in the hospital for 5 days for observation. They ran test after test after test. They were not in any big quick hurry to get me to do this and do that. So if you ain't rushing in 5 days, you know, that means I got nothing but time on my hands so that I can think and make the proper decisions that's best for me. That's the person has to endure this situation. Number three, remember that what you're going through is about you. Is your situation. It's not about your mom, your kids, your husband. Yes, these are all the people that's in your support system. These people love you and they are affected. But this is about you. And you have to make the decisions that's perfect for you. You're going to always have someone that's going to say, you ought to do this, you ought to do that, blah, 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 blah. But at the end, you have to do what's best for you. Do not be afraid to get a second opinion. I wish so much that back in 2012, when all of this first started, I had got a second opinion. I wish when this happened back in January, I would have got a second opinion. But I can't go back in time. So now I'm getting a second opinion. Me personally, I don't necessarily agree with what they're saying is wrong with me for obvious reasons, because certain things are just not adding up. And then after getting so much conflicting information from what I've gotten before, I'm like, okay, I don't really know who to believe, so I'm just going to go and get another opinion, and then I can better gauge from there. So don't be afraid to get in a second opinion. Don't be afraid to interview your team. These people are the ones that's working on you. You need to make sure that you're comfortable with them, that they have your best interest at heart, and that you're going to get the best care that's not only suitable for you, but suitable for your health. It doesn't do any good to just pick people or be there because that's what someone was recommended with you. I did that, and it really didn't work out all that great. And you end up, you kick yourself. But I don't live in regret. I just live and I learn, and that's why I'm sharing this video with you all. So those are my tips on how to actually communicate with your doctor, and how to communicate with going through this situation. This is what I need to do for my sense. But then there are some hard questions that I believe should be asked to the doctor. And whoever, your team, your nurses, whoever, you need to ask these questions. The first question is the treatment you are offering necessary? Is this necessary for my case? Not the standard, not what you do for everybody else. Is this necessary? Is there an alternative? Because just in case if this don't work for me, is there something else that I can do? Your doctor should always be open-minded to your thoughts, because you are the person, again, that's going through this. You're not going to get through it if you're not comfortable with the treatment that you're receiving. 3, how will this treatment affect me in the long run? Some of these medications that they give, some of the other things that they recommend, they lead to other issues or other problems. Sometimes it could be replacement hormone therapy. Sometimes it could be another disease down the line. We need to be able to assess, you need to be able to assess your situation and decide, is this what's best for me? Period. Nothing else. You need to know what you're walking into to better make your decision. How long would I need to receive this treatment, and why? Is this going to be a few month thing, a year thing, or for the rest of my life? And if so, why? What are we hoping to accomplish in this time that's going to make me taking this treatment for however long a plausible thing? Are there any healthier options that I can implement to help this process? One thing is that I have an issue with is because out of all the times I've been to the doctor's appointments, surgeries, all I've been sent home with is prescriptions. No one has said you need to eat this, you need to do that, you need to do this, that, and the rest. I'm always told about how healthy I am, yet we still got this situation going on. So my thought is they're not going to volunteer the information, so you ask the information. Is there anything specific I need to eat? Is there a supplement that I can take? Is there extra water I need to drink? I don't know. But whatever you need to ask them, is there anything else I can do to implement this that can help me along the way of my recovery? Why is this treatment the best for my condition? What makes this so great that I need to do this for my condition? But sometimes they will just give you a standard base. This is what I gave this person, that person. And you have to ask, why is this best for me? How is this going to help me? Because if it's not going to help you in any way, shape, or form, then you might as well not even take it. My thing is I still believe wholeheartedly, in God's healing, and that the body heals itself naturally. I've experienced it. I know this. It takes a lot of time. It takes patience, but it can be done. So if you're going to give me something that is not even going to help me, I'd rather take my chances and just heal myself naturally. And finally, how long is each session? If you have to do radiation or chemotherapy or hormone replacement therapy, how long is the session and how often will I have to take it, and why do I have to take it that often? Because again, in reality, if you're not on your deathbed, then why do I need to take this so often? Why do I need to do this? What is the purpose of me doing this? So that's very important. And these are just a few of my standard questions that I ask and that I recommend that you ask. Just always remember, ask. Do not be intimidated. Again, you pay them. Your insurance that you pay for every month, it pays the doctors. Ask them the questions. You deserve to know. Challenge them. Challenge them. Challenge their thoughts. Challenge everything, because it's ultimately your life that you have to live. And do not be afraid to be straightforward and let them know that, okay, I mean business. I do it all the time. Because you need to be taken seriously, and just as if they want to be taken seriously. So that's all that I have today. Um, I thank you all so very much for sticking with me, riding on the journey with me, learning with me. I'm hoping that what I post is something that you all can take with you and along the way and help you. Also, I know that it may be a lot to remember, so I do blog. I have a blog called My All Natural Woes at blogqueen1.wordpress. I will have that in the description box, where I will have this same information there if you want to go over to there and check it out, and different questions or whatever. I love you all so very much. I just really want to bring awareness and share and just help through all my process of everything that I learned. So I love you all so very much. Mwah. Thank you for sticking with me, following with me, and being with me on this journey. And always, I love you. And please, please, please remain hopeful. Have a great day.